Hi friends, my name's Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming at you with my August TBR. The air is getting salty, salt air and the rest on your door. I have a couple books on here. I've been trying to mood read quite a bit. Next month I have a pretty strict TBR for some readathons. I'm going to London, Hispanic Heritage Month, and book clubs. So I have a pretty strict TBR next month. So this month I'm trying to mood read as much as possible. So I just have a couple of arcs and just general books that have caught my attention recently. A lot of them I don't own, and a lot of them are audiobooks. So yeah, I've been trying to buy less books recently because I've been spending a lot of money on books, and I'm trying to save money for London. So this month for August, I'm trying to buy 0 books, even though I just ordered a book for my friend. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. So, very sadly, or more embarrassingly, I am still reading this Wretched Valley. I forget the author's name. It'll be on the screen here. I started this during Summerween, and it's going to be August, and I still haven't finished this. I am really enjoying it, though. This is just an arc that I just open up while I'm going to sleep. So I basically only read like 5 to 10 minutes of it, and then I pass out. So I am really liking this. This is a story about, it's a horror, first of all, and it's a story about these 4 people. It explains in the book how they are related. One of them is a couple. One of them wants to do research, and well, 2 of them want to do like a research thesis for their college. And basically they are in Kentucky, and they find this rock, and they're trying to climb it, and I guess this rock has never been climbed before, so they're trying to be the first people to do it, and all of these things. One of the girls, it's like a rock climbing influencer, so it's really interesting. I am really liking it. The characters are great. It's a really fun story. I started this because Rachel Harrison recommended it, and I am really enjoying it. So don't think that me taking like a month to read this means that it's bad, because it's not. It's pretty great, but I just haven't had the time to sit down and read this. So yeah. So the next one is super exciting. I got an arc for it. It actually comes out in like 3 days, so I'm trying to read this as soon as possible. So I got an arc for Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney. I'm so excited. I've read a couple Alice Feeney's before. Rock, Paper, Scissors is my favorite by her, and I think she's a pretty great mystery thriller author. I don't know much about this one, so I'm going to read this out for you guys. 20 years after a baby is stolen from a stroller, a woman is murdered in a care home. The 2 crimes are somehow linked, and a good bad girl may be the key to discovering the truth. Edith may have been tricked into a nursing home, but at 80 years young, she's planning her escape. Interesting. Patience works there, cleaning messes and bonding with Edith. A kindred spirit, but Patience is lying to Edith about almost everything. Edith's own daughter, Cleo, won't speak to her, and someone new is about to knock on Cleo's door, and their intentions are not good. With every reason to distrust each other, the women must solve a mystery with 3 suspects, 2 murders, and 1 victim. If they do, they might just find out what happened to the baby who disappeared, the mother who lost her, and the connections that bind them. In the style of Daisy Darker and Rock, Paper, Scissors, Good Bad Girl is a thriller in which nobody can be trusted, and the twists come fast and furious. That just got me so excited, and I just want to start this like as soon as possible, so I might start this tonight. But yeah, that is Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney. So excited and so thankful that I got an arc for this, and like I said, this comes out August 3rd, so by the time you're watching this, it's probably out. The next one is another arc, and that is Thorn Hedge by T. King Fisher. I've never read a T. King Fisher before. This is a short story. It's only about 130 pages long. It comes out at the beginning of August 15th. It's a pretty short novella, so I just wanted to give it a go. Like I said, I've never read a T. King Fisher before, so I'm excited. Yeah, it's a fantasy horror retelling. Again, I don't know much about it except that it's fairies. So once again, I will read the description here for you guys, and hopefully my accent doesn't come out as much. There's a princess trapped in a tower. This isn't her story. Meet Toadling. On the day of her birth, she was stolen from her family by the fairies, but she grew up safe and loved in the warm waters of fairyland. Once an adult, though, the Fae ask a favor to return to the human world and offer a blessing of protection to a newborn child. Simple, right? But nothing with fairies is ever simple. Centuries later, a knight approaches a towering wall of brambles where the thorns are as thick as your arm and as sharp as swords. He's heard there's a curse that needs breaking, but it's a curse Toadling will do anything to uphold. I'm assuming this is like a Sleeping Beauty retelling. It sounds like it, but I'm not entirely sure which retelling it is. The cover is cool. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I have an arc, so yeah, I'm excited. Next book that I have is a buddy read, and I'm going to be buddy reading this with my best friend Jess, and that is Things You Save in a Fire by Katherine Center. We just met Katherine Center, and I've read 3 of Katherine Center's books, and I loved all of them, and she briefly talked about Things You Save in a Fire and another book called Something Husband, and that one's a movie. But Things You Save in a Fire, I remember Katherine Center mentioned that it's about forgiveness, and both my friend and I were like, we should probably read this, huh? So we want to read this together. Besides the fact that it's about forgiveness, I don't know entirely what this book's about. Of course, it's a romance by Katherine Center, so it'll have a really cute love story in the center of it. Again, I'm just going to be reading descriptions to you all day. But I'll read this one. Cassie was born for emergencies as one of the only female firefighters in her Texas firehouse. Love that. I love that she also made a bodyguard a female in The Bodyguard, so this is exciting. Anyway, Cassie, she's seen her fair share of them, and she's excellent at dealing with other people's tragedies. But when her estranged and ailing mother asked her to uproot her life and move to Boston, I love Boston. I'm so excited. It's an emergency of a kind Cassie never anticipated. I'm so excited because if this is set in Boston, this is getting a 5 out of 5 stars. The tough, old-school Boston firehouse is different from Cassie's old job as it could possibly be. Hazing, a lack of funding, and poor facilities mean that the firemen aren't exactly thrilled to have a lady on the crew, even one as competent and as smart as Cassie. Ooh, we love feminism. Except for the handsome rookie who doesn't seem to mind having Cassie around, but she can't think about that because she doesn't fall in love. And because of the advice her old captain gave her, don't date firefighters. Cassie can feel her resolve slipping, but will she jeopardize her place in a career where she's worked so hard to be taken seriously? Ooh, I'm thinking the whole thing with forgiveness is going to have to do with her mom, and I feel like this is going to really hit home, so I'm excited. I'm really excited for this one because I love Katherine Center, and I will be reading her whole backlist at some point in my life. The next book that I would like to read is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. And this one is another one that I said I was going to read during Summerween, and I never did, of course. I love Tiffany D. Jackson's writing. I've read a ton of her books before, and this one follows, I don't remember her name, but she is Monday's best friend, and Monday goes missing, and basically her best friend goes to her house and is trying to look for Monday, and she's uncovering all of these secrets as she's asking her family hey, you guys don't care that my best friend is missing, and all of these things, and she goes on not an adventure, but a mystery of discovering what happened to her best friend Monday. So that is that. The next one is a very highly anticipated release, and that is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I'm so excited to read this one. Again, with Ashley Poston's writing, she very much has a lot of things about death, writing, and magical realism in here. So our main character, her name is Clementine, and she is a book publicist. And she finds out that her aunt passed away, so she moves into her aunt's apartment. And once she moves in there, she finds this man in the kitchen or something in the apartment, and apparently this man lives 7 years in the past. Yes, 7 years in the past, while she lives 7 years in the future. So they're probably gonna fall in love, and I don't know how this will work out, but it's really exciting and intriguing, and I'm super excited to read it because I love Ashley Poston. All right, next up is a book that I totally bought on a whim just because of the cover. I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan. My friend and I went because we love Beach Read by Emily Henry, and we know that it's not set in Ann Arbor, it's set in Michigan, but it was too far for us, so we settled on Ann Arbor, and we loved it. We went to this bookstore called Literati Bookstore, and it was amazing, and I just didn't know what to buy, and I ended up buying this book called My Magnolia Summer. I am totally obsessed with this show called Sweet Magnolias on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, go do that. And yeah, it just seemed very summer. I turned pretty vibes. Ellen Hildebrand, I've never read anything by her, but Ellen Hildebrand gave it a good blurb, as well as Anne Patchett. So yeah, I'm excited. I can read a little bit of the inside because I honestly am not too sure what this one's about. But here, I'll just read like the little blurb on the top. It says, Victoria Benton Frank transports us to her family's beloved low country of South Carolina in this spicy and heartfelt debut about 3 strong women with strong appetites. Fun. Love to see it. I'm excited because, again, it's 3 strong women, and the show that I'm watching called Sweet Magnolias also follows 3 women. So hopefully it's similar to Sweet Magnolias in some way. Alrighty, the next book that I have is another Rachel Harrison recommendation. That is Maeve Fly. I do not remember the author. I am excited about it, and this one follows, I believe, is set in like a amusement park, and basically our main character does one of like the Disney princess characters. They can't say Disney, but that's basically what it is. I'm not sure if it's set in an amusement park or if she's a Disney princess character that goes to birthday parties, but basically she is a murderer. I'm not entirely sure, but I just heard Disney princess and horror, and I was down to read this, so I'm excited to read it at some point. The next one I have is Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? I just read a historical fiction called Violeta by Isabel Allende, and it kind of gave me Evelyn Hugo vibes and like City of Girls, and I've been wanting to read something else like that, and I heard that Did You Hear About Kitty Carr is very similar vibes to Evelyn Hugo. I don't know much about it, but I kind of want to go into it blind. So yeah, I'm excited to read that one, and I'm here for the Evelyn Hugo vibes. And the last book that I have is another one that I also bought on a whim. I had heard about it, but I don't know much about it either. And that is The Lost Summers of Newport. And it has 3 different authors. I've heard of author duos, but never an author trio. And the authors are Beatrice Williams, Lauren Willig, and Karen White. This book has 3 different timelines, which is fun. One set in 2019, another in 1899, and another in 1957. This says in here, a novel of money and secrets set among the famous summer mansions of Newport, Rhode Island, spanning over a century of the Gilded Age to the present day. I'm excited. I love these type of stories. One of my favorite books of all time is We Were Liars by Lockhart, and this is giving me those like summer, rich, old, new money vibes and drama. So I'm excited. I'm watching also Succession right now, and it's very like that. Not really summer and like, you know, like New England type, but I hope I like this. Alrighty, so those are all the books that I'm planning to read in August. I'm going to try to mood read as best as I can because I have, like I said, a pretty strict TBR for the month of September. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!